I remember one evening. Clearly my feet were killing me. Had just gotten home after a long, exhausting day. I had worn what I thought were the cuttest pair of shoes. They looked perfect with my outfit, and when I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror that morning, I thought, yes, this is the look. By 5 p.m., all I could think about was how every step felt like I was walking on nails. I kicked off those shoes the moment I walked through the door, sat on the floor, and just stared at my swollen, aching feet. That was my turning point that night. I made a silent promise to myself: no more beautiful, but brutal shoes. Never again would I sacrifice comfort for style, and let me tell you, one moment completely changed how I think about footwear. Let's be honest, most of us have been there. We all bought a pair of shoes that looked amazing in the store, only to find ourselves limping halfway through the day. But here's something we don't hear enough. You don't have to pick between looking good and feeling good. You really can have both. Comfortable shoes aren't boring or gramish, they're powerful. Think about everything your feet do for you. They carry the weight of your entire body. They balance you. They move you forward everywhere you go. So why do we treat them like they don't matter? If you're like me, you've probably spent years trying to tough it out in shoes that didn't fit quite right or heels that pinched in all the wrong places. But we deserve better, way better. So let's talk about what makes a shoe truly comfortable. It's not just about being soft or stretchy. Real comfort starts with proper structure. The insole should offer cushion and shock absorption. The arch support should match the natural curve of your foot. The toe box should be wide enough for your toes to move freely, no more cramming your toes like sardines into narrow points just to look. And let's not forget the heel. Not all heels are evil, believe it or not. It's about balance. A block heel, for example, gives you elevation without the wobble. A wedge can distribute your weight more evenly. The trick is to find heels designed with thoughtful engineering, ones that actually support your body, not work against it. Here's something I learned the hard way. Don't ignore the material. Breathable, flexible materials like soft leather, suede, or quality knits can mold to your foot over time. They adapt to your shape. They stretch where you need them too. And they reduce pressure points. On the flip side, cheap synthetics often don't stretch or breathe. That's a recipe for blisters, overheating, and just plain misery. Now let's talk flats. So many women believe that flats are the safe option. But here's the truth, not all flats are created equal. I've worn flats that left my heels bleeding because of stiff edges. Others had no arch support, making my feet hurt worse than heels ever did. A good flat should feel like a slipper, but perform like a sneaker: soft, supportive, and stable. It should feel like your feet are resting, even when you're on the move. And speaking of sneakers, wow, how they've evolved. Sneakers are no longer reserved for just working out. Fashion has fully embraced them, and honestly, thank goodness for that. From stylish white leather low tops to trendy knit runners with memory foam and soles. Sneakers now blend comfort and cool effortlessly. I have a pair of neutral tone sneakers that I wear with everything: jeans, dresses, even tailored trousers. They feel like clouds, and I get compliments every time I wear them. Don't overlook sandals either, especially when summer rolls around. Sandals become the daily go-to. But I've had my fair share of disastrous sandals that look nice but feel like cardboard. The best ones have soft straps that don't dig in, a cushioned sole that supports your arch, and enough flexibility to move naturally with your foot. Pro tip: test how the sandal bends before buying. If it's stiff like a board, your foot will have to do all the work, and trust me, it'll let you know by the end of the day. Now, I get it, finding the perfect pair of comfortable shoes can feel like a treasure hunt, and sometimes, yes, they're a bit more expensive. But here's the thing: when you invest in comfort, you're investing in your health, your mood, your energy. I used to buy 5 pairs of cheap shoes and wear each once or twice before giving up. Now I buy one solid pair and wear them everywhere. They last longer, feel better, and honestly, they save me money in the long run. And here's something a lot of us overlook. Listen to your feet. They will tell you everything you need to know. If a shoe feels wrong when you try it on, if there's pressure, pinching, or rubbing, it's not going to get better. That breaking in myth. It's usually just pain disguised as patience. You shouldn't have to suffer through weeks of discomfort just to make a shoe wearable. That's not breaking them, and that's breaking yourself down. I want you to think of your most productive days, those days when you were completely focused, moving from one thing to the next, getting it all done. Now imagine doing all of that with sore feet. Doesn't sound so good, right? Comfortable shoes don't just support your body, they support your confidence. When your feet feel good, you move differently, you stand taller, you focus better, you feel more like yourself. Let me share another little moment a few months ago. I had a full day ahead: errands, meetings, a school event, and dinner with friends. I wore this pair of block-heeled ankle boots that were surprisingly cushy. I didn't even think about my feet the whole day, not once. And that's when I realized the best shoes are the ones you forget you're wearing. That's real comfort. That's real freedom. Ladies, we deserve shoes that work with us, not against us. Whether you're navigating busy streets, chasing toddlers, standing on your feet at work, or dancing the night away, we need shoes that keep up with our lives.